Hello, Darthvegan here, back with another episode of Kerbal Space Program, Season 6. We now have $315,000. We can finally upgrade our vehicle assembly building. Thank the Lord. Whew! Now we can have more than 30 parts, and we have our maneuver nodes. That means we can go to the moon good and proper. So I'm going to go to Mission Control, and I'm going to see what missions we have. We're going to the moon. I think I have bring a moonstone back with us, kick off space tourism, and plant flag on the moon. We'll do tourism sometime. I want to go to the moon this episode if we can. Anything satellites, position an aging satellite in an adjusted orbit of Kerbal. Oh, interesting. Be in command of the satellite. Ensure that the probe has an antenna and can generate power. Oh. Interesting. Does it already have power and stuff in it? Interesting. I might try one of those, maybe off camera or something. Alright, cool. That's pretty neat. Vessel repair contract. Repair a satellite in orbit. Okay. Repair the Communitron 8888 on the damaged satellite in orbit of Kerbal. Wow, that's really cool. I like these kind of missions. I'm gonna take it. I've got 7 missions I can take, so none of those have anything to do with the moon. Attach a new part to a satellite in orbit of Kerbal. I think these are so cool. I'm gonna take that as well. Okay, I'm getting distracted. What do I need to do? I need to go to the surface of the moon. So we want you to send us science data from the surface of the moon. Okay, that is for the Mystery Goo surface module. I'm going to go ahead and take that. Science data, space around Kerbal. That's easy. That's an easy one. Science data from space around the moon. Got that. Yes. And that's all of my missions. Okay, I didn't get the one from the surface of the moon. I'm getting all mission happy. Alright, let's go into the VAB. Let's take a look and see if we can build something to get us to the orbit of the moon. And maybe to the surface, maybe not. Let's do an orbit of the moon this episode, and then maybe next episode we'll do a surface of the moon. Alright, I think I have an idea here. This is going to be the MK1. We're going to go to the moon orbiter. I need a name for a moon orbiter. The Lunar orbiter. Very original. Okay, so this is the deal, though. We are going to send something down to the surface. We're going to send a lander down to the surface with a probe, a probodobodine. So what we want to do is put on a decoupler here, and I would normally put on another decoupler, like so. Which is what I'm going to do. I don't know why I said normally. Okay. This lander is going to go down and land. Maybe come back up? I don't know. I don't know yet. But I'm going to make it separately. So first we're going to make the launch module. Okay. So let's make sure we get everything set up on the launch module here. We put on some parachutes. We will put on some experiment stuff, some experimental storage and whatnot. The service bay goes on there. I'm going to go ahead and put on a nice ablator, but I am going to turn it down. We don't need all that ablation. There we go. And we'll need a decoupler. So, and now we're going to need a service bay for all of our experiments. I want to open the doors. Yeah, I think I want. Yeah, I want the doors on the side. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so let's come in here and put in our science and stuff in here. So we want a thermometer down here. There we go. Put the thermometer in there. Put a press mat in there. Will a science junior fit in here? No, not at all. Okay. Let's put a mystery goo in there. Okay. That looks pretty good. What else can we put in here? What else can we put in this bad boy? Nothing really. Nothing really. Okay. We'll put that in there for the science. Close that off. And should I go ahead and put on a Science Junior as well? I think I will. It'll be a little bit heavier than normal, but we now have a lot more parts, so it shouldn't be an issue. I'm going to go and put a Communitron on here as well. On the back, like so. And then we will put on... Does this thing have... Relay? Yeah, that's a relay. That's direct. I might have to put this other antenna on here so that we have a relay antenna. Yeah. Oops. Not mean for that. There we go. Okay. This is going to extend, yeah. And then we can be the relay between ourselves and the Open. Okay. That will be fine. Just fine. I hope that doesn't interfere with the other. I hope that doesn't clip. Okay. This is great. This is good. This is wonderful. Let's grab a couple of these. And will a Terrier even have the thrust? Alright, where should I manage that? It's only 0.91. But it does, in fact, have the capacity. So that's fine. That's 3000 delta V. Okay. Alright, so now this is going to be a nice multi-stage. Right, we went from like very simple to not so simple very quickly, because now I'm going to put on 4 of these, because this guy's going to not very well be out there for a while. Let's go ahead and put in some batteries as well. Put in some batteries. Let's see here. Let's put in just a couple of batteries. Just like so. Nice. Okay. That'll be fine. Okay. Now we're going to put on another decoupler, like so, and we're going to put on one of these bad boys. A fairing. Oh, actually, you know what? I don't need the fairing just yet, because we have to put on the lander. Okay, I'm gonna close that. Nice. Okay, this is the upper stage. Now we're gonna have a mid stage to get us into to finalize our orbit. I don't want to burn any of this for the orbit, so it's just going to be a very short burn here. Something like a swivel. 656 delta V. Is that going to be enough? Maybe not. Oh, I need a reaction wheel on here too. Hold on. This has got a reaction wheel, but I don't know if it'll have enough oomph for all of this. Yeah, it will. Hold on. What is the reaction wheel on this? Reaction wheel. Pitch torque 5. Okay. Oh, it's the same as this reaction wheel. Alright, so we're fine. Okay. Let's go ahead and put on one more fuel tank here. Like that. That's about 1,000 delta V for the upper stage. Okay. Or for the mid stage. Okay. And then we're gonna go you, and we're gonna go bigger. Bigger! Much bigger. We're gonna grab 4 of these guys and double it. There we go. Something just like that. And we'll put on a nice bobcat. That still has 1.51 delta V, so that's good. I don't want to stage the fairing, and I want it to be clamshell. There we go. Very nice. And now this is a tall rocket. Okay, and now we need some boosters. Something big, but not too big. Thumpers. The kickbacks. Let's see here. It's 250, 593. I think really these thumpers will do just fine, honestly. I think the thumpers will do just fine. That'll put us at 2.4 thrust to weight ratio on launch. Yeah, I think that'll be just fine. I think that'll be just fine. Okay, something like that. Oh yeah. This is fine. It's tall. It's a tall rocket. Okay. Now let's go ahead and move her down just a little. Let's go ahead and put on stability assist. A $20,000 rocket. Pretty expensive. But this will get us easily to a lunar orbit. But I say that, but we don't have the lander yet. Don't have the lander yet. So let's make ourselves a lander. Normally I would just make it separately and then pop it on here, but I think we'll just go ahead and make it as part of this. Well, should we put up a satellite first? Around the moon before we put up a lander? No, let's send a lander down. And we don't need a docking port for this. Because this is a one-way trip lander. It's gonna be a one-way trip lander. No, I do want to make it separate. Hold on. Okay. Let's make a separate one. This is gonna be the MK1 probe. Auto lander. Okay. The auto lander is going to start off very mild. Okay. It'll be very mild. It's not going to have much. Need communications. Just pop that right there. And we just need one. Just need one. Okay. That'll just come out. Bing. I just don't like that antenna. I'd rather have this one, honestly. Okay. Now, the bits and bobs. We need science for this thing. We need battery storage. because it's going to be... It's going to need a battery. Okay, it's going to need a reaction wheel. Alright. And then we're going to need some science and some bits and bobs. Let's throw that on there. Put it on a little fuel tank. What are we going to do with the science? Let's put science down. Do I want a science junior? Awfully expensive. Awfully expensive. Okay. I mean, that'll work right there. That'll work right there. We'll put the rest of the science just around. Okay, mystery goo. Gonna have to have 2 of them. So, I do need solar panels. Do something like that. And do solar panels on top of those. That. Just fix some of this thing here. Alright. This out. Let's see. This goes up there. Looks pretty good. Now we need some landing legs. All we got are these little crappy ones. Alright, so we're gonna have to offset them from those things. Yeah, okay. Very good. Start retracted, please. Awesome. Okay, this is our lander. It's got 1,000 Delta V. I think that'll get us down to the surface. Will it? I don't remember. I don't remember. Let's go to the surface of the moon. Okay. It's got 18 thrust to weight ratio. Wow. About 580 to land on the moon. So I think this will be fine. I think this will be fine. Might have to do a nice suicide burn, but I think it'll be fine. Okay. The auto lander is ready. Let me go ahead and put on some auto struts on this bad boy, and then we'll attach it. Alright, now we have our lunar orbiter here, and we have our lander. There we go. I did have to put a docking port on there just so I could use it as a sub-assembly, but I think it'll still be fine. Wow, this is a tall rocket. This is a tall rocket. This may not work, so pray for me. Okay. Let's get this fairing built. Ooh, it's tight. Tight fairing. Alright, so we got 5494 here. This very, very, very top-heavy rocket. This may not work at all. Who are we going to take to the first lunar orbit? Scott hasn't gone anywhere, but I really need a scientist, unfortunately. Sorry, Scott. We do need to take Tito somewhere. But we're going to send a pilot because we're not going to be doing any. I don't have a dual thing on here, so we're going to have to send a pilot. So we're going to send. We got Saucer Tosser, Junk Jack. Junk Jack went to the moon the first time. Saucer Tosser, all he's done is gone to the poles here, so he hasn't got to do anything. Neither has Wooten Spaghetti. In fact, Wooten hasn't got to do anything for a while. So let's go ahead and get Wooten in the pilot seat, and we'll send him up to go to the moon. All right. Good job, Wooten. Get ready for this. This is going to be a wild ride. All right. After doing a little flight simulation, this didn't quite work out like I wanted. So I think I have two choices to make here. I can either increase this lower stage, maybe even take out this upper stage altogether. I don't know that it actually helped me that much. So if I take it out altogether and I put in, let's say, something like that, that might be better. That might serve us better. Okay. This would get us 3125 in this lower stage. That's not quite enough to get us into orbit. So, need about 3,800-ish. So let's go ahead and take these guys off and put on something a little bigger. Let's put on the kickbacks. Maybe a bit overkill. Kickbacks. Overkill, you think? Maybe. Maybe. Let's see. What are we talking about now? We are talking about 3,800, just about. Okay. Well, they're huge. Okay. Let's take a look at the Pollux. What do they look like? Oh my god, they are even bigger. Holy cow. That definitely will do it. But that's just too much. I mean, I think the kickbacks are too much, honestly. I think these kickbacks are too much. I could put on... Do I have the... I don't have the fuel transfer thing yet. I can't really do asparagus staging just yet. Okay. Let's just add just a couple more of these. Like that. Yeah. That's 3,800. That means the upper stage will have to do very little to get us into orbit. $35,000 rocket. Alright. I think we're ready. Check my staging. I think we got our auto struts on already. Yes. Alright. Wooten, are you ready? Wooten is ready. Let's do this. Alright. Ready for launch. In 3, 2, 1. Launch. And we're off. Let's see how we do with this bad boy. The problem with the original design was that the upper stage had to do too much work, and it was burning up a lot of my Delta V that I was gonna try to use to get a nice orbit of the moon. Maybe do some, I don't know. Just I like to have a little extra. I think we would have been all right, but we wouldn't have any extra, and so I like to have a little extra. And so we're gonna just give us a little more oomph on liftoff here. A little bit of overkill. Never hurt anybody. Well, I mean, it might hurt some people, but it's not gonna hurt us. Alright. Getting ready to throttle up and detach our boosters. Boosters are detached. There we go. Getting a little bit of aerodynamic drag here. Quite a bit, actually. I think we're okay. I think we're alright. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful sight. Okay, we are at 100,000 on our Apoapsis, so we're going to go ahead and kill that. Get up to 50k, we're going to drop our clamshell. Bing! And away it goes. Nice. Goodbye. Sweet prince. Okay, now we're going to head up to our Apoapsis, do our final burn, and get ourselves into orbit. Interesting bit of trivia, Wooten was the first Kerbal in space. And now he'll be the first, or he was the first Kerbal to orbit Kerbin. Now he'll be the first Kerbal to orbit the moon. So that's good. Alright. And ready for burn in 10 seconds. Well, let's just burn now. Let's not wait 10 seconds. Let's burn now. Alright, we are beginning our orbital insertion burn, and hopefully we can get that orbit achieved. Get a nice flat trajectory here. No problem. I'm going to wait just a little bit too late, but I think we'll be okay. Got plenty of thrust to weight ratio to get this done relatively quickly here. And our orbit is achieved. Alright, we still have 500 Delta V left in this stage of the rocket. That means it won't get us to the moon, but I don't want to leave it laying as space junk either. So, if we do the burn towards the moon, it will fly off into space and be space junk, well, at least away from Kerbin. So I could detach it here, obviously. Or I could just go ahead and use part of it for our burn towards the moon and let it be space junk, like out further away. I think that's what I will do. Got lots of satellites that need repairs, so that will be interesting missions, all of them. Alright, but first I want to set a target for the moon, and let's go ahead and get that done here. Let's go ahead and burn a maneuver here. Burn out towards the moon. And if we can get an intersection. There we go. Very nice. Let's see what we can do here. Let's just see if we can get our orbit dialed in. Alright, let's see if we can get this dialed in here. That's at 792. That's high over the moon. We don't want that. Let's see if we can get this dialed in just a little bit. I'm thinking 172 is pretty good, but let's give a little bit of radial and get about 100k. There we go, just like that. Then that'll be good. Alright, so that's 864 Delta V. This little mark that you see on, I don't know if you can see that very well, this little mark indicates where we'll have to detach our lower stage. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and warp around to our maneuver node. And Wooten's going to do a quick spacewalk here in the orbit of Kerbin. He did not get to do a spacewalk the first time he went into orbit, so he will be looking forward to that. He's going to do a quick check of things before he does his burn. How's everything looking, Wooten? Looks good. Alright, Wooten says we're all good. Let's go ahead and get ready to do our burn then. We're going to be pointing towards Kerbal. So it looks strange like we're burning towards Kerbal, but we're really not. Okay, because we're pretty high. Okay, are we ready? We are ready. Start burning 10 seconds and burn. What is this decoupler? I don't trust it. Attach. Lower stage is detached. Upper stage is beginning the burn. Oh, this is the decoupler for the for the command module. Man, I almost messed that up. I hadn't noticed that. Okay. So we'll have a little bit of space junk that's going to go out in orbit around Kerbal, but it's going to be high over Kerbal, so I don't think that will matter too much. I don't like to leave space junk laying around, but you know, sometimes it's just what happens. Just what happens. Alright, let's just dial this in. Okay. Very good. Nice and controlled. And bingo bango. We're in position. Okay. Now we're going to set up a maneuver node here, and we will bring ourselves in for an orbit. Want the apoapsis to be about 100k as well. Nice circular orbit. That's going to be 300 delta V. Sounds about right. Okay. So we are ready to leave Kerbal, head to the moon, and we'll take some science readings in the orbit of the moon once we get there. All right, are we ready? We ready for this? We're ready. Whee! Bye, Kerbal! Hello, moon. Okay, we're here. And now we're going to get ready to do our orbital insertion burn of the moon. Like so. We are going to do this orbital insertion burn now. We're in space high over the moon highlands. Okay. We'll wait till we get into orbit, and then we'll go ahead and take our science readings. Okay, we are in orbit of the moon already, but we want to get a nice circular one. And there we go, circularized. Very good. All right. Whoop. My man, go on EVA. Let's get his EVA reports. You're going to go ahead and open these doors. Do these science experiments. Oh, you can't. Get it back in. Observe the mystery goop. Okay. And log of pressure data. No additional science there. Probably none for the temperature either. Nope. Okay. What about Science Junior? Yes. Okay. Good. So let's take a look at what we got stored. We've got Science Junior. Got science for that. EVA got science for that. EVA, high over the moon, got signs for that. Mystery goo, okay. We'll toss these two that we didn't get signs for. Let's take a look at our contracts. Got the world's fastest milestones, entered orbit of the moon, and performed a spacewalk in orbit of the moon. Good. Let's see. Bring a moonstone back, can't do that. Repair a satellite, can't do that. Gather surface deployed mystery goo, can't do that yet. Space tourism, can't do that. Plant a flag on the moon, can't do that. Transmit or recover scientific data from space around the moon. We can do that. We can do that. All right. Let's transmit this. Transmitting. All right. Contract complete. 50,000 for that. Beautiful. I am going to go ahead and extend this antenna here. And we'll go and close these doors. And we are going to get ready to detach this lander from the orbiter. We can go ahead and deploy our solar panels. And we're going to go ahead and extend the legs. Okay, good, they work. Activate the engine. That worked. Okay, good. Shut down engine. We're good. All right, so we are going to get ready to do this probe landing on the moon, but that's going to be for next time. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, be sure and hit that like button. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.